guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video I got another deck profile for you guys. This time I'm giving you guys a profile on my Time Thief Raidraptor deck. This is a deck that I've been toying around with for the last couple weeks. I've been taking this to the Thursday locals usually, and have been having some decent success with it. I've had a couple second place finishes with it over there, and yeah, it's been really fun. Overall, it's a really fun deck, and I think it's really cool being able to get a bunch of Xyz monsters, since it's one of my favorite. It's pretty much my favorite summoning mechanics. This is kind of like a dream deck of mine in a way. But yeah, it's really fun. Can combo off in various ways, and yeah, it's just all in all really cool looking deck. And yeah, other than that, we'll just get right into the deck. Alright, to start off, triple Time Thief Regulator. This is one of your main starters of the deck. He's a rescue cat, pretty much, for this archetype. So if you control no other monsters, you contribute this card to special summon out 2 Time Thief monsters with different names from your deck in defense, except himself. And then he has an Xyz-esque effect. When an Xyz monster is you control is destroyed by battle. When this card is in your grave, you can special summon it. But banish him when he leaves the field. So really nice recovery. That's really nice. And yeah, he's your main starter for the deck. You always want to run 3 of this. And he's kind of like a 1-card combo in himself. Basically, if this resolves and there's no responses, you pretty much have full combo in just 1 card. And I will showcase that later in the video. I will showcase that. So if you guys don't know how that works or anything, so I'll showcase that later in the video to give you guys a good detailed explanation on how that works. But yeah, you run 3 of him. He is amazing for the deck. And then next, triple Time Thief Winder, another 3 of. That's a kind of a pseudo starter, but also a combo extender in his own right as well. He is kind of like the Stratos of the deck, being able to, on normal or special summon, you can add a Time Thief card from deck to hand, and also you can detach 1 material from an Xyz monster you control to special summon him from your hand. So he is a combo starter and a combo extender, which is really cool, really nice, and self-explanatory why you want to run 3 of them. And then next, one of the newest, I think it is the newest, Time Thief monsters, and that is Time Thief Adjuster. This is a Foolish Burial on summon, and also a free body if another Time Thief monster is normal or special to your field. So really good. The only problem with this card is that you can only use 1 effect per turn, and only once that turn. So once you use 1 of the effects, she pretty much does nothing for the rest of the turn. So, which sucks. You mostly want to use her Foolish Burial effect, but her special summon effect from hand is fine, as well as just the Foolish Burial gives you more value in your combo and everything. You would be sending Bezel Ship to the grave to extend your combos and everything. But yeah, really good card. I just wish that Konami didn't have that clause of only use 1 effect per turn only once that turn, because I feel like the card wouldn't have been that over the top busted with the if you could just use both in a turn. But whatever, I don't make the cards, but it's fine. It's still usable, and you don't want to run 3 of it. 2 is just fine, so it doesn't clog. And then onto some 1-ofs for Time Thieves. 1-of Bezel Ship and a 1-of Chrono Quarter. These guys you don't really want to see very much in hand. You want to see them in the graveyard mostly. Namely, Bezel Ship. Bezel Ship's one of your main ones you want in the grave for the Adjuster, being you want to send it off of the Adjuster to the grave. Chrono Quarter can come up sometimes, but doesn't really a lot of the time. So it's kind of just like that. It's kind of like a pseudo vanilla if you really think about it. But it's just another name because you do run Time Thief Startup in this deck, so it's another name that you could spec off of that card, so that's why you run 1 of it. And it has a decent recovery effect as well. So then that's it for the Time Thief package. Now we're on to the Raidraptor package. Triple Strangolanius. This is one of the newest ones. This came out in Phantom Rage. Really good. If you control a dark monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. But then you're locked into dark monsters for the rest of the turn. And if you control an Xyz monster with a dark Xyz Wait. If you control an Xyz monster with a dark Xyz monster as material, you can target one level 4 or lower Raidraptor monster in your grave to special summon it. There you go. I could not English there for a bit, but the effects are negated. So really good. You can use both in the turn, which is great, but they are hard once per turns. And just a solid card in general, just free body pretty much if you control a dark monster. So that's really good. The only downside is it does lock you in the darks, but most of your deck is dark anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And then next, for the last of the Raidraptor package, you got 2 Raiders Wing and 1 Singing Lanius. Singing Lanius is what you search off of the 4 Strix, usually in the combo, and then Raider's Wing is just another combo extender, being able to just it's the same thing as Bezel Ship, pretty much. It's the same thing as Bezel Ship. You detach one from detach material from an Xyz monster you control to special summon it, but banish when it leaves the field. It also has a nifty other effect. If it pretty much makes an Xyz monster, it is pretty much is being used as material, untargetable. So basically, if this card was used as material for any of your Xyz monsters, it will make that Xyz monster untargetable. So that's really good as well. And also it also is treated as a Phantom Knights card, so you can send it off of Bardiche, which is kind of nifty if you open the Silent Boots, I believe it is, in your opening hand. And then next on to some more kind of just like combo extending monsters just to help support the deck. Double Dinotherium and then double Hat Tricker. These are just free bodies. That's all they're used for. Basically, they're just level 4s, and they can be free bodies, and that's kind of just where it ends. So, Dinotherium you mostly want to use early on if you do open it, because of its effect being able to where your opponent can special summon a monster from either player's graveyard, which can get annoying if you like later in the duel. So he's more of an early game card. Hat Tricker is just also just another decent card in general, being able to extend your combos as well if you can control 2 monsters, which is nice, or 2 or more monsters. So yeah, just these guys are just used for free bodies. And other stuff used for free bodies. Now I'm gonna hear some groans, but I am running a mini rocket package in the deck. 1 Tracer, 1 Recharger. Basically, why is because Quick Launch is a busted card. The fact that it is a E-Telly quick play, not once per turn, makes it so that you can run this package, and it's at 3. So yeah, I'm gonna run it. And these are level 4s, and that's pretty much where it ends. Dark level 4s, and they're used to be as material for your Xyz monsters, and also to start your combos as well. So just makes the deck more consistent. That's pretty much all it is. It's really good. The Quick Launch Rocket package in this deck is just really, really good, and just makes it way more consistent than it really needs to be. And then lastly, for support monsters, 1 Silent Boots, just because of the Bardiche. That's pretty much it. That's all he's used for. And then last, for the monsters, 2 Ash. Yes, I know they're mixed arts and mixed rarities. Don't get mad at me, but I don't really care. So it's real. Yeah, Ash is Ash. I had space for 2 more cards in this 40 card list, and I decided to just put 2 Ashes in it, just to have something to combat the opponent. That's pretty much it. Now on to spells. Like I said, triple Quick Launch in the deck is just, it's a busted card. It's a busted card, and it gets out bodies, and that's amazing. And it's not even once per turn, so you can't go wrong with this. And then double of the Phantom Knights rank up. Usually need this for your combos to rank up into like Requiem or Arc Rebellion, or even Arsenal Falcon in your extra decks as well. So really versatile card, and yeah, you want to run at least, you could cut it down to 1, but I run 2 just because just in case I go more than if I need more than 1. So hence why I run 2. But if you want to use cut it down to 1, maybe to fit in like an extra hand trap or something like that, that's completely fine. And then next, 1 Time Thief startup, because you run a good amount of Time Thief names to at least run the 1, and it's searchable. It's searchable off of the Winder, so it makes some hands, some suboptimal hands, not as suboptimal, which is great. And then another rank up, 1 rank up Soul Shave Force. This is one you can set off the Link monster for Raidraptors, which is cool, and it just helps you get into a Infinity, because what you do is you bring back your first 4 Strix that you used in the combo to rank it up into infinity, which gives you a negate against Nibiru. Sure, it's like past, I think, 5 summons at that point, but still, a negate is a negate. Then 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Monster Reborn, and then 1 Harpy Sparrow Duster to run out the spells. These are just power 1-ofs for the deck, and yeah, they're just really good. Duster especially really nice in this deck because you don't want to, because this deck kind of struggles against back row decks, and we need a way to answer that. Now the traps, there's only a couple. Triple Brigadier, because Brigadier is a level 4 monster, and it's dark, and it can you can set up a Bardage to extend your combos, so really good. And then the last 2 traps, 1 Retrograde, and then 1 Fogblade. A Retrograde, you can search off of the Winder to give yourself a spell trap negate, counter trap wise, which is nice, going into your opponent's turn. And then Fogblade, you can set it off a Bardage, or you can grab it off of the Boots. Really good card, and just helps for defensive plays. And then now on to the extra deck. 1 Redoer, and then the 1 Perpetua. These guys, I mean, they're the Time Thief Exist monsters, so you want at least one of each. I do not run Double Barrel. I don't have it, but I don't think it's very useful in my eyes. Hence why I don't run it, but maybe I could be wrong. I could be in the minority on that one, but I just don't see the use of Double Barrel in this deck for me, right, honestly. So that's why I don't have it, or don't run it. But if you guys do like Double Barrel, by all means, run Double Barrel, but I only run these 2, and these guys have just been just fine, honestly. And then onto some Raidraptors, double 4 Strix, because this you use these to get your 1-up pieces to extend your combos. The 1 Arsenal Falcon and the 1 Ultimate Falcon. Usually what you'll do, you can pop your own Arsenal Falcon. So let's say you had a 4 Strix, right? You can rank up the 4 Strix with the Phantom Knights rank up into the Arsenal Falcon. You could then use Bardage to pop the Arsenal Falcon, and then since you would have a Raidraptor, I believe, card, no, it's a Raidraptor monster as material, you can then bring out the Ultimate Falcon for free, and you can use the Arsenal Falcon as material, which is nice because some decks just can't out an Ultimate Falcon, but there are Kaijus as well that run around, so they could get Kaiju, but hey, getting an easy way to cheat out Ultimate Falcon is hilarious. That's just simple as that. And then next, some Dark Rebellion package of 1 Rebellion Xyz Dragon, 1 Dark Requiem Xyz Dragon, and then the 1 Arc Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Yeah, these guys are good. Dark Requiem's great, a great non-once per turn negator, and then Arc Rebellion's just there to win games and end games quick. It's just really good. The fact that this thing can get to ridiculous attack is just insane. So that's really nice. Then the 1 of Infinity, because you can go into it off of the Soul Shave Force. 1 Evil Sword Nightmare, because Nightmare is a decent interrupter for the deck. It's a quick play Book of Moon on if your opponent special summons a monster, which is great. So that can interrupt some plays, like maybe like if you're facing Zodiac or something, they like put down the Borbo. You can use this to put it face down, and they can't continue to stack that monster, which is great. Then 1 Tornado Dragon, again to help against back row reliant decks. And then the 1 Zeus. This is an Xyz deck, so of course you're gonna run Zeus. If you guys don't have Zeus, you don't need to run it. It's not mandatory. This deck doesn't mandatory need to run Zeus. I just have Zeus, hence why I put it in. But if you guys can think of any other generic rank 4 that's dark, you can throw it in the slot. So, but if you guys have Zeus, by all means put it in. It's really good, and it just helps win games easier. And then the 1 White Strix and the 1 Bardage to round out the extra deck as your Xyz monsters. White Strix, a great card in itself, being able to bring out a Dark Wing Beast from deck, level 4/1 to be exact, and also being able to set your rank ups, which is great. And it's also nifty because you can activate the quick play rank up the Phantom Knights one if you set that one off of the White Strix, because White Strix does say that you can activate the one you set even if it's a quick play this turn, which is really nice. And then Bardage is just Bardage. Being able to power up cards is great, and also being able to, have access to your Phantom Knight engine, which is great. All right, and now I will go on to the 1 card combo. All right, so we're back. So now I will show you the one card combo with the regulator. This is if this card pretty much goes like unresponded to. This is like the full unresponded to combo. If like this just goes through and your opponent has no responses to anything. This is a true one card combo because this whole combo just resolves around if you resolve this one card. But yeah, let's just get into it. So you would normal summon your regulator, and then you would tribute it off to then special summon your winder and your adjuster. And then so in this case you would go chain link 1 adjuster, chain link 2 winder. You kind of want to prioritize the foolish burial here because that will get you your vessel ship guaranteed into the grave. So chain block that, and your winder will search out your retrograde, and then your adjuster will send your vessel ship. Now at this point, put this right here, this is engraved. At this point you'll go rank 4 into your first rank 4, going into 4 Strix. 4 Strix will now detach material, and it doesn't really matter what you detach, and you will search out your Singing Lanius from your deck to your hand. Now at this point, you can, let's see here, you can go Time Thief Raidraptor, detach for cost, to special summon the vessel ship from your graveyard. It is banished when it leaves the field, but if you use the material, it will not get banished. And then you will special summon your Singing Lanius. Now at this point, you will link summon using your Singing Lanius and your 4 Strix to go into your White Strix. White Strix will then activate to special summon out your Raider's Wing. You will then use Vessel Ship and Raider's Wing as material to go into your second 4 Strix. This one, the detach does matter. You will then activate the 4 Strix to detach specifically the Raider's Wing, because you can still act, because this one you can't, this card you can activate in grave instead of the Vessel Ship, which is a hard one to return. And you will search out your Strangle Lanius. Then at this point, mandatory effect, White Strix activates. It is mandatory activation, and you will set your Soul Shave Force. You will then activate your Soul Shave Force, paying half your life to target your 4 Strix engrave, to then special summon it to your field. And you will rank it up by 2 ranks, and you will go into your Cyber Dragon Infinity. At this point, if they try to bury you, it's too late. They're way too late at that point. Cyber Dragon Infinity will be able to deal with that. Next, you will then activate your Raider's Wing, detaching that material. A vessel ship will not be getting banished because it was used as material, and then you will special summon your Raider's Wing. You will then use your 4 Strix and your White Strix to link summon into your Bardige. Bardige will then activate, sending your Silent Boots to the grave to set yourself to your field the Brigandine. You will then activate Silent Boots in your grave, banish itself to search out your rank up Magic Force. At this point, you will then activate your Bardige, special summon it, and then you can then use Strangle Lanius in hand, since you do control a dark monster, to special summon it as well. Sorry, I'm trying to get the zones all figured out. Since you control a Dark Xyz monster, since you can control a Xyz monster with a Dark Xyz monster as material, you can use Strangle Lanius effect. Doesn't really matter what you bring back. I usually prefer bringing back Singing Lanius because that's just kind of just fits. You'll special summon it to your field. Next is what you want to. Next you have to make a decision on what you want to prioritize to have Raider's Wing make untargetable. Usually, I prefer having the Dark Rebellion be untargetable because having Requiem being untargetable is just really good. Go into your opponent's turn, so you're going to use your Raider's Wing and your Singing Lanius to Xyz summon into your Dark Rebellion. Then you will use your Strangle Lanius and your Brigandine and go into your Redoer. No, you will not be popping any of your cards. That would be dumb in this situation. And then go into your opponent's turn. You will set your Retrograde and your rank up set face down. And this is what you would be off of 1 card. You still have like that was one card, so you would still have 4 more cards in hand. I think that's how it works. Yeah. As well to work with if you like had any other useful cards, maybe make you another rank 4 or something, or just like have maybe like a couple ashes or like an ash in hand or something like that, or like just stuff that you can use following turns, which is good. And before you say, oh, this dies to Dark Ruler, well, no, it doesn't, because you have Retrograde. Retrograde, pretty much, if you control a Time Thief Xyz monster, you get to negate the activation of a spell and trap card and attach it to your Time Thief Xyz monster as material. So, if they try Dark Ruler you, Retrograde kind of just comes in clutch there and negates and attaches to the Redoer. So, it does not die to Dark Ruler, which is nice. And yeah, that is the combo. And then also what you could do as well, you can then use if at any point during your opponent's turn, you can use the rank up to target your Dark Rebellion to make your Requiem Dragon in your opponent's turn, which is really good. And you would have a triple monster negate as well, and a pop as well, and a spin, and another negate. So yeah, really good. Really good board off of 1 card. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this deck profile. This deck is really fun and is actually kind of budget, really, to be honest with you. Aside from the Zeus, that is just completely optional. This deck is actually pretty budget and doesn't really cost that much, which is nice. A lot of the Time Thieves came out first as commons, so if you guys can find your commons of the old stuff and then just pay for the adjuster, you're all set and going. And a lot of the Raidraptors are low rarity as well, so really, really good. Really, really fun deck, and yeah, I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe. We will see you guys in the next video. Have a nice day.